Hello dear viewers, welcome to our channel. In today's video, I invite you to join me as we embark on an exciting journey with a brave young man. He will plan everything by himself, gather the necessary tools, and step by step build a sturdy underground shelter to survive a harsh and freezing snowstorm. This is going to be a challenging adventure that demands patience, survival skills, and a never-give-up spirit. Let's find out together how he overcomes all obstacles and completes this unique project in the heart of the snow. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel so you won't miss any of our upcoming fascinating videos. After finding a suitable spot, he starts digging a deep trench to serve as the foundation and to protect the shelter from heavy snow. This trench digging task takes place in harsh conditions, with freezing winds and constant snowfall, requiring great endurance and unwavering determination. Once the trench is completed, he heads into the forest to gather large logs. These logs will be carried back and used as main pillars to build the supporting frame for the roof and wind-blocking walls. Each piece of wood is carefully selected to ensure it is strong enough to withstand fierce snowstorms. Thanks to his perseverance and skill, each part of the underground shelter gradually takes shape amid the harsh wilderness, standing as a testament to human survival spirit and resilience. After gathering enough logs from the nearby forest, he moves on to one of the most crucial and demanding stages, building the house frame. This step requires careful planning, precise measurements, and strong physical endurance. He first selects the largest, straightest, and sturdiest logs to serve as the main pillars. Each log is carefully stripped of its outer bark using an axe to prevent decay and help the connecting joints hold more securely. He then lines up the wooden planks tightly together, positioning them vertically or horizontally depending on his design plan. Each plank is placed flush against the next, leaving no gaps for the wind to slip through. Where the planks meet the frame posts, he secures them tightly with rope made from twisted bark fibers or with handmade wooden pegs for extra strength. Building the walls with straight, evenly cut wooden planks not only makes the shelter more durable, but also creates a clean, organized structure that is easier to reinforce later on. This tight wall of straight timber acts like a protective armor, shielding him from the biting cold of the unforgiving winter wilderness. After building the sturdy straight plank walls, he moves on to the next critical step, erecting the posts that will form the roof frame, a vital part that determines how strong and protective the entire shelter will be. He picks out the longest, straightest, and strongest logs from his stockpile, carefully stripping off the bark to prevent decay and to allow for more secure connections with the crossbeams. To create the right pitch for the roof, he adjusts the height of the support posts so the snow will naturally slide off rather than build up and become dangerously heavy. As each section of the roof frame is completed, the shape of the shelter becomes clearer and more protective, promising warmth and safety inside. To complete his underground shelter in the harsh winter wilderness, he does not allow himself a moment's rest. Day and night, the flickering torchlight cuts through the darkness, illuminating each swing of his axe, each nail driven firmly into the wooden frame. By day, he uses every hour of daylight to gather more logs, dry leaves, and moss. By night, when snow blankets the forest and the wind howls through the trees, he patiently sits beside a small fire, tirelessly binding ropes, carving timber, and reinforcing any weak points in the structure. Once the main wooden planks are firmly laid out in neat, sturdy rows across the roof frame, he turns his attention to the small gaps that remain between them. Even the tiniest openings could let in icy wind, drifting snow, or rain, threatening the warmth and protection he has worked so hard to build. After a long night of hard work sealing the roof and filling every gap, the next morning he moves on to the next crucial step, building the front wall of his shelter. This front wall is not only the final barrier that closes off the interior space, but also serves as a protective face that blocks direct wind and drifting snow. He searches for old bricks left behind from ruins nearby or molds rough bricks himself by shaping clay, drying it under the sun, then baking it solid over an outdoor fire. Once he has enough bricks, he chooses a shelter corner inside the underground shelter to build the fireplace. He carefully stacks the bricks in a square rectangular shape, leaving an opening for airflow and a space for firewood. He selects the thickest, strongest planks left from his pile of wood. Each plank is carefully measured and cut to fit the doorway he left in the front wall. Using his axe, he smooths the surfaces and trims the edges straight so that when joined, they create a solid, gap-free barrier against the cold. He lines the planks side by side, securing them tightly together to form a single sturdy door slab. He reinforces the inside with horizontal crossbeams, braced diagonally to add strength and keep the door from warping over time. To make sure the door can swing open and closed, he carves simple wooden pegs for hinges and ties them with strong ropes for extra hold at the pivot points. When the door is ready, he carefully lifts it and fits it into the doorway frame. He tests it over and over, opening and closing it to be sure it swings smoothly and seals tightly against the front wall. Inside, he attaches a heavy wooden crossbar latch that can slide securely into brackets to hold the door firmly shut, even in fierce winds. Thanks to his skilled hands, the simple wooden hinges work perfectly, allowing the heavy door to move steadily while staying locked firmly in place. The soft creak of the handmade hinges echoes as he pushes the door shut, a rustic yet comforting sound that tells him this rough wooden entrance is now fully functional, ready to stand guard against the winter wind and snow outside. After hours of measuring, cutting, and piecing together every handmade detail, at last his main door stands complete. From rough timber, simple wooden pegs, hand-carved hinges, and a crafted latch, he has built a strong barrier ready to withstand the cold winds, heavy snow, and wild storms of the deep forest. His main door is complete, not just a shield against the snow and wind, but a symbol of the end of his building journey and the beginning of quiet hope. Now, he has a safe place to rest, to warm his tired body, and to wait for winter to pass. With the house frame complete, the roof sealed tight, and the sturdy main door fitted with strong hinges and a latch, he still isn't satisfied. Between the straight wooden planks that make up the walls, tiny gaps remain, pathways for the freezing wind and drifting snow to sneak inside. To fix this, he takes out old pieces of burlap cloth, cuts them into long strips, twists them into thick rolls, and begins stuffing them deep into the gaps between the wall planks. He runs his hands along every seam, feeling for any trace of cold air seeping through. Whenever he finds a draft, he pushes in another wad of burlap until the gap is filled tight. After sealing the wall gaps with burlap, securing the roof and the solid main door, He turns to the final step to transform his underground shelter into a warm, dry refuge, laying a wooden floor. He knows that if he leaves the ground bare, moisture from the soil will rise up, chilling the air inside and making clothes and bedding damp and musty. So he decides to use the leftover logs, picking out the straightest pieces and cutting them into long planks. With the roof sealed tight, the sturdy door in place, every wall gap filled, and the wooden floor laid smooth and clean, he thinks about how to keep the inside neat and organized. In the bitter winter cold, keeping his supplies dry and easy to find is vital. So he decides to build a small storage chest inside his shelter. With everything inside his shelter in place, the roof sealed tight, the walls gap-free, the wooden floor dry, and the storage chest stocked with supplies, he still doesn't allow himself to rest. Outside, the night is blanketed in heavy snow, the wind howling through the dark forest. Yet beside the flickering fire, he keeps working steadily, splitting firewood for the long winter ahead. With his wooden bunker sealed tight, the sturdy roof overhead, the door and storage chest finished, he still thinks of ways to make his tiny shelter more comfortable and livable. Spending days and nights in a snowstorm, natural light becomes precious, a way to keep his mind clear, lift his spirits, and let him watch the outside world without having to open the door and let in the freezing wind. So he decides to build a small glass window for his shelter. He picks a spot on the wooden wall that faces a sheltered side of the forest, at just the right height to see outside while sitting inside by the fire. First, he carefully measures and marks a small square opening, then uses his axe and handsaw to carve it out, making sure not to damage the main support beams. Carefully, he searches for clean snow, fresh drifts free of fallen leaves or dirt, and breaks off small chunks of ice. He packs handfuls of snow tightly, filling his bucket to the brim before carrying it back inside. Near the brick fireplace, he dumps the snow into a sturdy metal pot set over the glowing fire. Slowly, under the flickering flames, the snow and ice melt into clear water, bubbling and steaming in the warmth. To keep it safe to drink, he always brings the water to a boil, then lets it cool down before storing it in jars or wrapping it in clean cloth bags for later use. This melted snow water keeps him alive. He cooks with it, makes tea, drinks it, washes his hands and tools. The small porch roof doesn't just keep snow and dripping water off the door, it acts as a protective buffer against the wind every time he steps out to fetch firewood, gather snow, or check the forest beyond. When he lays down the final piece of roofing, he steps beneath the little awning and watches the snowflakes drift gently past, now shielded from the wet and cold. His underground shelter is finished, rough yet solid, humble yet enduring, a testament to the unyielding spirit and tireless hands of a man who refuses to bow to the harsh power of nature. And now, as he sits beside the flickering fire, watching the snow drift past his small window, he knows he is ready to face the long winter nights, with a safe haven to rest, a warm bed to sleep, and hope alive for the sun's return when spring comes again. I hope this small story brought you a bit of warmth, motivation, and inspiration. A reminder that with effort, preparation, and unwavering spirit, we can overcome any challenge nature throws our way. If you enjoyed this, please don't forget to like the video, share it, and subscribe to the channel so we can keep exploring, surviving, and appreciating every simple moment together. See you in the next adventure. Wishing you all good health, safety, and warmth through the coldest days.